170, 105.3 Lawrenceburg, and Loretto on 95.3. This is The Legend, WDXE.
Speaking of legends, I got two in the room right now. It is the Keith Durham Hour, and he brings his sidekick in here with him.
Yeah, now let me introduce the two legends in the room. It'd be
Kevin
Smith.
Kevin Smith
Jeff
is in here, and Kevin don't care if the sun don't shine or my on the air button is on.
No,
that's right.
If your door is open, he's in.
That's right.
Yeah, he's.
I like to aggravate Lonnie.
Well, listen, I'm all excited.
Why?
I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket today.
$920 million.
$920 million.
Man,
I could go to the fair.
What
on
would
that.
you do with $920 million?
Well, buy the fair, I guess.
Have your own fair.
That's right.
I saw a documentary on the guy that made the first $1 million at the fair. Did you ever see that? And,
Made the first $1 million.
Yeah, he made it a quarter at a time.
Yeah.
And the way he done that all he had was a record player and a trailer truck, and that was it. And he had a big old rooster drawn on his trailer truck, and he had a record playing of a rooster, just like your guy that calls in every morning, Jeff.
I
love
knew
to
that
hear
the
that
roosters
guy.
would come in handy, but go ahead.
Yeah. So he just had this rooster crowing all the time, and on the side of his truck he had a 200-pound man eating chicken, and people would go in and look at it, and then they'd go in there, and this guy sitting there eating chicken.
And he made $1 million doing it.
Yeah, that's what the documentary said, and if they got upset, he just give him his quarterback, But most people went and got their friends and showed them this
You gotta see
200-pound man
this.
eating chicken. But all he had was a record player going, crowing like a chicken or crowing like a rooster, So.
Well, that is brilliant. I wish
That
I
is
thought of
brilliant.
that. Yeah.
When I was young and the fair was here, we went and saw. They used to have things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And they live
The
rats. I
side
can remember
shows.
that. First time seen in America, live rats from Australia, and we went in there as a bunch of possums running around, giant rats.
Yeah.
Or the mermaid, and it had the lens. You let it look through the lens, and some woman was back there acting like she's swimming and stuff.
Well,
Yeah, and
they had the world's largest cow or bull or something one year.
Yeah.
You remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they had that, or horse or
They
something.
had the smallest horse,
Yeah.
the world's smallest horse,
Yeah.
and I went and seen that.
I seen the world's smallest giant and the world's tallest midget.
Did you? In the same booth?
Well, they were side by side, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just
You
stepped
guys-
through the thing.
You
on
guys
the
may
other side.
qualify for that.
All we need is a tent.
Tent and a record player with
you
a
can't peek
crow.
through.
A rooster crowing.
We should scheme for next fair, the next year. Let's put our heads together and come up with a sideshow idea.
I'm all for
I
it.
will sponsor it. I'll sponsor it, and we'll come up with an idea for a sideshow.
Hey, I'm all for that man eating chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's a good one.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a real good one.
So-
I bet we could make a few bucks.
I guarantee you, a quarter at a time. If you had, if you had anything at
a
the fair, it
quarter
cost
now.
a quarter.
I mean, quarter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
what's
could
a
charge
quarter
you
now?
could-
$1 maybe?
You could charge.
Oh, no.
You could charge at least $2 to come.
Ooh, two.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like the way you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got mad, you get half of your money back.
Listen.
What a guarantee.
If they can get $9 for a corn dog,
Ooh, $9 for a corn.
well,
Seriously?
I don't know. I just made that number
okay.
up.
Oh, I got real numbers for
I
you.
think I
You got
think
real
go
numbers?
Yeah,
protest.
so I went to the fair not before last.
Yeah.
And it was great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We got the greatest fair, I think.
We
And-
do. We
Yeah.
do.
But it's expensive this
We're
year.
making fun, but I mean, I love to go.
Yeah, but it's expensive. Funnel cakes are $10.
Yeah.
So I went for a funnel cake and a lemonade. Lemonade's $9. A funnel cake's $10. So it's
See?
$19 for.
See? That's what
lemonade
I'm
funnel
saying.
cake.
You may be right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
might
would-
be-
And the bad part about it is I met up with my kids there, and it was horrible. So,
Did they take your funnel cake?
well, no, they wanted their own, and they wanted their own.
on lemonade and
Yeah.
everything,
And
didn't he?
then my son's got his buddies, and they've spent their money on basketball, and so they're starving to death.
Yes.
So you know how that is.
We won a giant red panda.
Really?
Oh.
Doing what?
At the squirt gun. thing.
Oh, that's cool.
At the squirt. But here's the trick to it. Is we waited till we were there kind of late. Had the family with me. Had my whole family, and there was nobody there playing.
Oh, wow.
So I eased up and talked to the lady, and I said, how many players do you have to play choice? And she told me, and I said, we got just enough. And I said, well, so one of us is going to win. She said, yeah. if there's no other players. So I waited till there was only us playing.
No, that's the way to do it.
Only us playing. Then I paid what you had to pay, and then and
Well, how much did you have to pay?
$10 a piece.
Oh, yeah. So was it 8 of you?
No, there was 5 of us.
Okay, $50 for a bear.
$50.
That's not bad.
$50.
But at least you got something. I mean, those are guaranteed wins.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
but and of course the fun of it was us doing it. We took pictures and had a fun time and then that kind of thing. So the $50 was for the fun.
Yeah.
You know, and of course I know that's crazy. It's
Now
stupid.
listen, people might complain about that, but you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese? So Chuck E.
Yes.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yes.
I tell you what.
Yes.
I played this game and I won like the grand prize, and these tickets were coming out, and this kid just walks up and grabs my ticket.
You got bullied at a Chuck E. Cheese. What? So how old was you? You was like 5 or 6
That was
years
like
old?
last year.
Oh my goodness.
Can you see Keith Durham on those little rides with his knees up around his ears?
No, I was playing skee ball.
Oh, skee ball. Okay.
And the little crane game is one.
Oh.
I guess it had a flaw in it because I was watching other people do it, so I got in line. So anyway, kid gets my tickets. You know, I could have got a spider ring out of that. You know, but what I was getting to is you spend a lot of money at Chuck E. Cheese, and you walk out there with a spider ring, or a little plastic bracelet or something like that. You know,
Walk out there with a Cracker Jack toy.
Exactly.
That's right.
Even if you get that. Well, let's start off today with something good. So we're going to talk about things that are changing during our lifetime and things that are going out of style. And I started off with 10 things, but the list grew to about 100. So we're not going to get to all of them today, but I got some pretty interesting ones to talk about.
Okay.
So I got a Bible verse that goes with that. So I left out my Bible verse last week, and I apologize for the folks that are listening. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says this, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new." So I think that's a good Bible verse for us today because we're going to talk about old things that are passing away and new things coming along.
I like it.
So,
Like what?
well, I started out at 10, going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So
Top 10 list.
top 10 list. Here we go. Top 10. And you guys have to chime in if you got any of these. Maybe our callers might call. But,
What's that number?
766-9393 is our number. 931.
What does that spell?
It spells WDXE. 766-9393.
766-9393. Yeah, it does spell WDXE.
Yeah, that's correct. So
I started to say Rolaids, but
that's probably what we need. All right, so number 10.
Number 10.
number 10
Is landline phones. Have you guys got landline phones?
only at the office.
Only at the office?
Yeah, ours ain't really landline phones, though, are they? I start saying at work, but
Well, sort of, you know.
sort of, kind of.
They're sort of hybrid, I guess.
Yeah.
But they come over.
But not the house, I
We've
mean.
got fiber running in, and then we've got our phones coming off our fiber.
Yeah.
But copper wire to the house is no longer. In fact, the federal government doesn't require phone companies to do it anymore.
And fiber is good for you.
Yeah, it is. A daily basis. But think about your landline phone. When's the last time that, we kept ours forever because we just had it forever, and it was one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
so-
still know our number and use it for certain things.
Oh, do you?
The old phone number.
Yeah, so, the only thing I use my old phone number for is that I had that phone number when I signed up for Walgreens Rewards.
That's where mine is.
Yeah, oh, really? Sorry.
That's exactly
If you know
where
Jeff's
mine
old
is.
phone number, you can collect his rewards.
Collect my rewards.
Or mine. You can collect my rewards.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing about it is that phone number also had a different address. We had a Leoma address. So when you collect those rewards, I have to remember to put in that zip code.
oh, okay, 38483.
Yeah, instead of the Lawrenceburg zip code.
Is that right? What's
So-
Leoma's address?
so
What's
I'm
Leoma's zip
I'm
code?
taxing those 38468.
3468, I'm
So
sorry.
Now, that's Summertown.
Was it or Pulaski?
I'm taxing
No,
my
three-
brain having to remember that.
Okay. 3468.
Yeah.
So Jeff's phone number 38468, collect his points at Walgreens.
That's the zip code.
Oh, but it's your
yeah.
phone number too, right?
No, 38468 is a zip. You have to know the phone number and the
Yeah,
zip
yeah,
Yeah,
code.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If you know your
If you
phone
know,
number and zip code.
yeah,
Okay.
we're in.
But you could do the
I
same for
can't
me.
keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a Leoma zip code, too?
No, I don't. I have a Lawrenceburg zip code. So anyway, here's the way it goes. In 2004, over 90% of Americans lived in a home with a landline phone.
Yeah.
today less than 30%, and I can't believe it's even that. So here's a phenomenon that takes place. The phone company is trying to dump landline phones as fast as they can go. In fact, in our area, my dad worked for a phone company for years. He retired from the phone company. And he was a line repairman when he retired.
Yeah.
He was a line splicer.
Yeah.
And basically fixed copper wire. And they don't do copper to the home anymore. If you build a new house, they will not come out and run copper to your house. You can forget it. It's over. So you got to get your phone some other way.
Huh.
So it used to be a federal requirement to do that. And if you noticed on your phone bill, you had to add a little bit extra money on there, and that was for people that lived out in the middle of nowhere, and they couldn't. If you live out in the middle of the desert and you got to have a phone by federal law, somebody's got to pay for the wire going out there. So on your phone bill, you see these little fees down there, and I forgot what it was called, but there's a fee on the bottom of your phone bill that you're paying the price for somebody else's phone that otherwise their phone bill they would never make it up to pay to run the line out to their house. So anyway, but but I read
Seems
an
like
article.
we're always paying for somebody else's.
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly right. But according to the Dallas Observer, some phone companies were charging up to $700 a month to customers in Texas who still had a landline phone. They were wanting to get rid of them that bad.
Man.
So the phone companies are actually wanting to get rid of it.
Oh yeah. And listen, we were the same way. Our phone bill just kept going up and up and up and up, and it was because we had that stupid landline.
Yeah.
And so if you could still have a landline,
Yeah.
and you've got stuff like Spectrum coming to your house or anything like that, they will transfer that landline over to either a cell phone. They'll transfer it to a cell phone for you, or you can get phone over their internet service that's coming in. You keep the same phone number.
Yeah.
So if you're afraid to give her the
My
phone
mom
number,
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kept ours because our alarm at our house was connected to our phone at one time. Now it's all cellular, but we kept ours. But all we got on there was robocalls and
Yeah.
want to know who you're going to vote for. I mean,
We get them at the office.
yeah.
You get the sales calls at the office calls. Whatever.
What gets me is that they can regulate everything, but they can't keep people from calling you on your phone. That's crazy. So
They have good lobbyists,
Apparently so.
I guess so. I guess so.
or they've given Senator Menendez a gold bar.
Well, there you go. We won't get that started.
It's all over the news.
See, I haven't heard that yet. I'm like in this donut
you
hole this
serious?
week. Yeah, I'm in a donut hole this week. I hadn't
Oh, my
heard.
gosh.
The first time I heard the news when I put the headphones on today to listen to things.
He's
going
in
on.
some serious trouble. But
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so I don't know how many people out there still have landline phones, but if you do, you're in the minority now. And and most folks that have them are older folks. Younger
Yeah,
folks
I
don't
can
have.
see that.
And a lot of the things that we're going to talk about are generational things. And so that brings up the second thing. And you guys think about this. Cash is on its way out. Can you believe that?
I think it's a bad idea.
Listen, I'm with you, but do you carry cash on you all the time? Do you guys? I might have $20 on me at any given time.
I'm gonna take the fifth on that.
Okay, it's because you don't want your wife to know.
She don't need to know.
Well, I'm not. We don't be on the radio and on the air saying, "Yeah, we carry lots of cash on us."
No.
That's probably a bad question to
That's
ask.
a bad question. No, actually, you don't. There's no need to carry much cash anymore.
No.
So yeah, you're right. We don't. Although I think it's a bad idea to completely do away with it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But so going along with that, what do you write checks for still? So checks are going away way quicker than cash.
I don't write a lot of checks either.
I do. Well, no, I'm not a lot, but I still write checks for certain bills.
You
You got to ease it
On
in
the
there,
business, for the business, I do.
Yeah,
For the
we
business,
do too. At work, we
for the
write checks for
business, I
everything.
do. But not a lot of personal checks.
a lot of stuff going online paying.
Yeah.
and got an app for that.
I use an online bill pay through the bank too.
Oh yeah,
And
I
they
used to
send
do
the check
that.
for you.
Yeah, so we do everything. I don't know how you guys do it, but we don't. My wife may have one. I don't know, but we have a credit card, and I have one. She has one. That's it. We only have one credit card.
Right.
And we charge most things that we subscribe to that credit card, and then our credit card debits our checking account once a month.
Yeah.
So if you were to go to the bank today, and I may be completely wrong about this, but I did probably about a year ago. If you go open up a new account at the bank, checks are optional. They won't give you a check unless you specifically ask for checks.
Yeah.
So you get a debit card that goes along with that. But I don't use a debit card at all because you know what, people will have a tendency, if you're shopping online and doing stuff like that, you can get your information stolen, then your bank account's cleared out. So I just have a credit card, and that's happened before, is that my credit card number has been stolen and somebody charged stuff on your credit card, and you just call your credit card company and say, hey, that's not mine, and they send you another credit card the next day, and it's done. You don't have to change bank accounts. You don't have to go back and do anything. But
Well, now, debit card works the same way. I mean, I've had
yeah,
my
but you
debit
got to
card
wait
in.
for them to put your money back in your account.
Oh, yeah, and
and
they do investigate it. I mean,
Yeah.
now, the last time I had on credit card, I had to wait for it, too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I had somebody had done that and hit it, and I've had to call and go through an ordeal, but it wasn't no worse than the bank, though.
Right.
And, you know, you go to these sporting events now. You're talking about not, you know, cash, like Titans and stuff. They're
Yeah.
all, there's no cash.
Yeah, in
it's
fact-
all card, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to swipe it anymore or stick it in the slot. You just wave it.
yeah.
tap it.
Just tap it.
Just wave it at, just
do
wave
that.
it at what you're buying.
It's magic, huh?
Yeah, you know, if you got NFC turned on your phone and you're paying things, I can walk up to Kevin's wallet and beep, make his.
You're going to be thoroughly disappointed. You're going to get nothing but mothballs and lint out of my wallet.
So only 13% of Americans say they use cash for most purposes, whereas it's down from 28% 5 years ago. So cash it's almost going like checks. But here's something interesting in the article that I read is that most people say that they will take cash with them when they leave home. Like go on a trip or something. Do you do that? We take cash with us for whatever reason. You know, we pretty much put everything on the credit card, and then it pays off at the end of the month. But when we go on a trip, we'll take cash with us, and then we end up not using it at all.
Really?
Yeah. So
You're a
it's
lot
kinda-
better at it
it's
than I am, man.
It's that just in case mentality.
yeah, in case, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of folks have a case 20 or a case 100 or something like. See, to me, $20 is still a lot of money. I grew up in that era where $20 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, listen, $20 don't even phase kids anymore.
No.
They'll drink a $20 drink, and I don't understand
twice.
that.
Well, it's your $20. They don't
Yeah,
care.
exactly. It's crazy. So, 64% of Americans say that they believe the United States will be cashless during their lifetime.
And it very well could happen.
Yeah.
So
I can see that,
the article I read, just like you said, Kevin, all of the baseball stadiums
Yeah.
are moving to a cashless society. In fact, we went to the new Truist Park, I think it is, in Atlanta, and watched the Braves play, and it's a cashless society down there. Even the guy walking up and down the aisle selling beer
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about
will
that.
tap your credit card. So it's...
So how many beers you get?
No, listen, I got everything but beer. Hey, when I went to the ballpark, I went all out. I got a hot dog with, everything you can get
Oh,
on.
man, that sounds good.
And I got.
How much was it?
I can't remember
Oh,
because I used my credit card.
$37.
$37.50. Let me tell you that David Weathers was gracious enough. It's been several years back. We went to, I think he played for Cincinnati, and they were playing Chicago Cubs. And we went to the game up there, and it was me and Ronnie McMasters from Loretta, and who's the Flippo guy that's down there? Mr. Flippo, and Paul Rawson, myself, and there was like six of us, all right? And we went to that game, and it was freezing. I like to froze to death. And you think things are high at the ballpark? I bought a blanket. So, that guy comes through.
I can only imagine what a blanket would be.
But that was the first major league game I ever went to in my life, and so I was going to go out. So I said, I need a Chicago dog with everything on it. Man, it was great. I can't even remember eating it. It was so good. But I bought, every time a guy walked by, he had like plastic baseball bats. Yeah, I'll take one of them. Blow up the things you slam together and make noise. I'll take some of those.
So you spent $700
Yeah,
sitting there.
I didn't bring my glove. You guys got, and I'm behind the net. I'm not going to get any foul balls behind the net or nothing. No, but I bought a blanket. I like to froze to death, and it's cold as ever been. And then we go to catch a cab afterwards, and so I can remember. We walked 2 or 3 blocks. I said, "Look, guys, we're not going to get a cab standing here. We got to walk." So we started walking, and So we finally got this guy to pull over in his cab and open the door, and this girl jumps in. You know, I'm sitting there with Ronnie McMasters and everybody, and I said, "You got to get out." He said, "This is our cab. You're getting out." She says, "We can share a ride downtown." I said, "There's 6 of us. You're getting out." You know, so.
None of you men would let her ride in your lap or nothing.
Oh, no. That was our cab. So.
Was she real ugly or something?
No, not that
I mean,
at all.
what?
Listen, we had to have a ride.
You could have shared a cab with her.
You just got to know that if you've ever been in a big city trying to get a cab, people will steal your cab.
Well, I understand that.
And that's what she was doing. She was stealing
I
our
set
cab.
her lap in. She could have paid.
I walked a long ways and froze to death and held that cab, and she wasn't going to get it.
She can't help it. She was ugly. She'd been
She
pretty.
wasn't ugly. She just stealing our cab.
Well.
It was the principle. Of the whole thing.
That's right.
In fact, we all squeezed in there like sardines. They said, "We all can't get in there." This guy's I said, "He don't care if you put 20 people in there. Hop in."
What you paying?
That's exactly right. Anyway, I don't know how we got off on that cab ride, but
Well, you being mean to ugly women.
it was
that's what
cashless societies. We're talking about
Yeah.
Major League Baseball fields.
Did the
being
cab take
cashless.
cash?
I can't remember.
My goodness, this is Alzheimer's
All I
kicking
can
in on
remember
you.
is I was so glad to get out of that thing. So, Daniel Webb was with us too. So,
Oh wow.
oh my goodness, it was a load of us. We were going up there to talk to a company about relocating to Lawrence County.
What'd you get him?
I can't remember.
He froze his brain.
You
up
might
in his,
froze his brain, or he was.
I'm telling you, it was a
man.
crazy day. It was a crazy day. But I'm telling you, Ronnie McMasters was just a card. I loved him to death. he had Parkinson's, and I sat on the plane next to him going up there, and he orders a cup of coffee. And
Bless him.
and he's real good. He was real good about his condition, and so anyway, we had a great trip, and he was just a great guy to be with. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be in trouble because I can't remember Mr. Flippo's name. But anyway, that was cashless society is what we were talking about there.
Yeah.
And so,
What number was he on?
Number 2, number 9.
Was it Willie?
Which way we going?
I'm counting down. Did what?
Was it Willie Flippo?
Maybe.
Okay.
He was a councilman down in Loretta.
Okay. All right.
So he ran the Flippo's Heating and Air or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Okay. That's Willie Flippo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
We figured him out.
We figured him out. Thank you. All right, here's the next thing that's going to the wayside.
All right.
Newspapers. According
yeah.
to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but when they delivered the newspaper to the house, I read it all. I read it every time.
Yeah.
Not so much now, do you?
No, because you got to
gotta
go
go
find
get
it.
it,
You
yeah.
got to go get it. But we run a little football contest in the newspaper, and you wouldn't believe how many people still, read the newspaper. I'm going to say that only a small percentage of those turn in those football contest deals, and we get probably 60 a week. People that coming in just turn in the football contest. So
Yeah.
so there's a lot of people still
like to do
reading
that.
the paper. Yeah.
Still like, but that's the paper that's delivered though.
No,
No.
it's the Advocate.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the free one.
Well, they have one of those in the other paper.
Yeah,
too.
they do.
Okay.
And I keep forgetting to fill ours out.
So, anyway.
So we
I did
probably
not know
we're
that.
0-8 right now.
All right.
But yeah, that's the Advocate that I was
Okay.
mentioning
Well,
there. But we used to get the Advocate for free at your driveway.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
every-
That I'm sure that was costly though to do.
Oh yeah, I used to deliver the Advocate too. And that
What all did you not do?
Hey, I'm telling you, we had a good time. Listen, when I
I think
was
it'd
in
be
high
easier
school,
to find
hey,
something he didn't do.
you had to work growing up, you had to work.
Well, yeah.
So,
Did you ever work in the restaurants?
no.
Oh.
I did work the dinner theater at the for
Wait, we've heard that
Lawrenceburg
story.
Community
Yeah.
Theater.
Yeah.
You in the closet and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I poured coffee on people too, so it's just- not on purpose. But
Let him have the coffee pot.
and it was a mind thing, because I was good until you mentioned it.
You got to thinking about it.
Exactly. I got thinking about it, and then I couldn't concentrate. Most newspaper revenues come from, what do you think newspapers get most of revenue
Advertisement.
from? What kind of advertisements?
Oh, anything I'd say.
Classifieds.
More in classifieds than
Yeah,
like,
so guess what has killed classified ads?
Oh,
well, Facebook is.
yeah. The social media.
market-
Yeah,
Place.
even before that, this was a number that just really, and I hope I wrote it down. Yeah, I did. Craigslist cost the
Craigslist.
newspaper
Well,
$5.4 billion between 2000.
I was
going
going
to
to say Craigslist.
So people started listing their stuff online for free. I guess it's free. Do you have to pay to put stuff on Craigslist?
Don't think so.
You do in automotive stuff now.
If you're a company, you do maybe, or
Nah, if you're individual. 'Cause last time I put something on there, I had to pay $5 or something.
oh really?
Oh, really?
For
I didn't know
some-
that.
See, I don't
That's
put
only on the
stuff
car stuff, and I think you can list other stuff for free.
But still, that's cheaper than putting in the newspaper. I don't think you can go to the newspaper. And I think it's way more than $5.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Well, not only that, I mean, the audience is vastly, you're talking about looking to possible, tens of thousands of millions maybe of people that views it. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what Facebook Marketplace is hurt Craigslist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally free. So
Yeah.
now you're gonna get some different phone calls off of Facebook, but their messages.
So
Is this still available? Apparently, I've never listed anything on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't have Facebook,
I
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
so I don't know.
Mr. Tech over here don't have
I
Facebook.
shop it sometimes. I'm always looking for.
I'm all the time.
I'm always looking for deals on guitars,
Yeah.
and so that's one of the places I look. Craigslist is one of the places I look.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you where else you can look too is shopgoodwill.com.
I'm on there. I'm bidding on two things right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See,
I bid
They
on
was
cheap
bidding on
watches.
storage units the other day.
And
Oh, yeah.
it's been discovered, so it's more competitive than it used to be.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
As far as trying to,
Yeah.
because it's a bid thing.
Okay.
You bid
Kind
on
of like an auction deal.
kind
You
of an
bid on
auction
it.
deal.
And the things they have on there that you can buy now is just things they buy and resell.
Is it?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
and
Oh, it's not actually from Goodwill.
Yeah, well, it is, but I filter that stuff out.
Oh,
I did buy a guitar there though once. I got an Ovation.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
But
nice.
I mean, if you type Gibson in there, I don't care if it's a piece of paper's got Gibson on it. People bid on it.
Well, you have to. Yeah,
narrow your search.
Yeah.
yeah.
So newspapers, the United States saw a loss of an average of 2 newspapers per week between late 2019 and May of 2022, leaving an estimated 70 million people in places that are already news deserts and areas that are in high risk of becoming so. Prior to that steep decline, newspapers' weekly circulation had fallen 7% on Sunday circulation, 4% in the United States, their greatest decline since 2010. If the trend continues, a third of the newspapers will be lost by 2025.
I can see that.
Well, we've got news sources at our fingertips 24/7 all the time.
I agree. I guess the part of the paper I read was the editorials.
Yeah.
People but still today people. I guess if you got Facebook, people will comment and state their opinion. But
It's different.
They'll
It's
definitely
not.
state
It's
their
not the
opinion.
same as a. It's not the same as a newspaper editorial.
right,
But yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. And of course, they got Twitter now, which is not Twitter anymore. It's the X or
X.
something.
the X.
It's the X, and then there's Truth Social. There's all these places to go. You can find out anything you want to find out.
Oh yeah. So what am I missing out by not being on Facebook? Am I missing anything?
Deals on
Can you-
guitars, apparently.
Can you live out? Can you live without it? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And I
I mean,
can't-
My
I'm
wife
doing
doesn't
it.
have it.
Okay.
My wife doesn't. I have it because, and we're in business and we use it.
Oh, yeah, and that's a great place. Used to you had to hire somebody to have an internet presence. You had to hire
Yeah.
a web designer and all that kind
Right.
of stuff. And
Right.
you don't have to do it. If you got Facebook, you don't do it anymore. You just
Right.
make your own presence, and they make it easy to do that. They got the tools to do it out there.
And we do stuff too. I posted a picture of me in May at the fair. I mean, we do all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
in the new baby, we do all that kind of stuff. It's a good way to keep up with your friends and neighbors and family and all that kind of stuff. But on the flip side too, we use it for the real estate business, just to keep your name out there.
So don't thieves use that too? Like, well, the hoods are on vacation.
Yeah, we don't
Well,
do
yeah,
that.
now don't put that on there when you don't. Yeah, don't be taking pictures and
Yeah.
put it on there while you're gone.
I'm home
Yeah.
all the time, and and you're in range.
I like that.
I'm always cleaning a gun.
Yeah, you have a tendency to clean a loaded gun.
That's right. Yeah, and point it at you.
Well, guess what else is out on the way out?
Oh,
Number 7. And this is
number 7.
yeah.
Why are you-
910 987 was landline
Oh,
phones, cash, and
I thought you said
newspaper.
number 7 was on the way out. I use number 7 all the time.
No. This is a
Don't
number.
look at me.
I had to gain my composure somehow.
I thought he said that too, Keith.
See,
He said
all
number
right, see.
7's on the way out.
See, I'm Kevin, but that's fine.
Cable TV.
Sorry.
Cable TV. What do you guys do for cable at your house? Do you have cable?
I'm so far out. I can't get cable.
All right. So
So I have a
Jeff, you live in
satellite.
the same area.
I've been on Dish for a while, but I'm
Yeah.
about to not
Okay,
be.
so we consider that cable too, whether it's
Oh,
cable
yeah. Well, yeah.
or satellite, either
Yeah.
one. I've sort of combined those two here. According to TechJury.net, the number of cable TV subscribers are down from 98.7 million in 2016 to 72.2 million in 2023.
Everybody's going back to reading books, huh?
Well, no, they're going online. Everything's going online. So let me tell you what we did at our house. We only have a subscription to the internet service, and that's it. From Spectrum. Spectrum's the only thing that we can get at our house. We don't have Spectrum cable. We just have Spectrum internet.
Right.
That's it. And then we purchase other things. There's a lot of free TV out there. So if you're listening today and you're wanting a cheap way to watch TV, the best way is to get internet to your house, however you want to do that, whether it's Cloud9, Lorettatel, AT&T, or Spectrum. I think those are our choices here. If you're doing satellite internet, it's the wrong choice. All right,
Probably so.
I'm just telling you, especially if you do anything other than just shopping online, if you do any type of streaming stuff, and if you've got that, you understand my statement on that.
Yes.
But if it's all you can get, it's all you can get. Okay,
Right,
so
yeah.
that's okay. But all you need is internet service at your house. And these TVs that you buy these days up at Walmart or wherever you want to go buy a
Oh,
TV,
man, yeah, they're-
they come with apps already built on.
Everything.
And what's neat is you say, well, I don't have any local channels. Well, if you're used to watching the news local, all the news stations in Nashville have apps now. And as long as they are broadcasting the news, you can watch it live. So News Channel 5 has a News Channel 5 app. And so every morning I get up, I don't have cable TV and I don't have local channels, but I have the News Channel 5 app that I watch online. And it's just, it's the regular news broadcast. And what's neat about it is that I just want to see the weather. I can just go to the bottom and select the weather and instantly watch the weather, and I'm done.
I'm like you, yeah.
So that's and I'm not paying for a TV subscription to get that. Now my mom just went through this phase where cable was costing her $300 a month. And a lot of our listeners may be hearing this, and she's a senior, lives alone, and fixed income, all those kind of things, and she's paying over $300 a month for her cable service, and she's so we called the cable company, and so there was a lot of ways we cut costs, and we got my mother's bill under $100.
Really?
And what was neat was she got this package from Spectrum. And I'm not lifting them up or anything. I'm just saying there's other ways of doing these things. So Spectrum allowed her to pick 10 or 15 channels that she watched all the time. All right. So she picked those 15 channels and their local channels, and it cost like $70. And that with internet. And so she got to turn all of her cable
with internet.
Yeah, and that
Pretty
turned
good right there now.
she turns all her cable boxes in, so they charge you $5 or $10 a month just to have a box sitting under your TV. So if you got 4 or 5 TVs, and then what she did is that her TVs were smart enough that she could download the Spectrum app, and so when you download the Spectrum app, and log in as your username and password, it knows what you've subscribed to, and it will display it just like you're got a
Well, that's
box
pretty
there.
neat.
And so you don't have to pay that extra rent on your box or anything. And so basically she's got internet service. And then what happened is she was also had a landline, and it was costing her almost, I'm going to say it was costing her $60 or $70 a month to have a landline through Bell
At
South.
least.
And so she was able to port that landline over to a cell phone. And so basically, and the cell phone was only like $4 a month through Spectrum. And I'm not saying that's their cost now, but it was the thing that they were doing. And so she's got internet, cable, and cell phone, 2 cell phones, for less than $100 a month. And and she was paying way over $300 for that. So there's other ways around those things. And so you know what the phenomena is whenever you get rid of cable, right? It's called cutting the cord. So by 2024, 101.5 million people are projected to become cord cutters I got 2 things mixed up here. 101.5 million people are projected to become cord cutters by 2024, and so that's next year. And by 2026, 112.9 million cord cutters are expected, which would be 41.6% of the U.S. population.
So nearly half. In.
So nearly half the people will cut the cord, and that includes satellite services also.
Wow.
So, cable TV, having the cable run into your house is most times if you get a cable run to your house today, it's going to be fiber. So if you're building a house, put the conduit in the ground and let them run fiber to your house.
Yep. I'm going to be one of those.
Are you?
Yeah, Dish is going away.
Okay.
I've had it.
Have you got smart TVs?
I do.
Okay, so that's all you need. And if you want to watch the local news, just go to the News Channel 5
good
app.
advice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and it, you download it for free, and then if you got an older TV, I got an older TV in the living room. We built our house in '08, and so it's not a smart TV, but it's a flat TV that just still works. You can buy a Roku and stick on there. Roku's like $20 at Walmart or $29 at Walmart, and you can download a bunch of apps on there. And as a matter of fact, it comes with free TV. We watch Pluto TV is free TV, and there's probably
free
Tubi. Yeah, but what I like about Pluto TV is it got a 24-hour Andy Griffith channel. And it's got a 24-hour. Listen, here's the channels I watch. You're going to think it's crazy. They got 24-hour Andy Griffith channel. They got 24-hour Love Boat channel. And Happy Days. So I watch it's the classic section in there.
See?
And there's a lot of good classic TV on there. MASH is on there if you want to watch MASH. It's just it's good.
Hey, I'm with you, bud.
Yeah.
I have a channel that's nothing but Andy Griffith, evidently. It's always on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, I always check and see which one it is if I want to watch it.
I usually do, regardless. I don't know one I don't want to watch.
Well, I'm the same way. I mean, I'll just leave it on there, even if I'm not necessarily paying all that much attention to it. Yeah. I may stick it on, and Andy's on. I watched the one the other day where the guy was stealing the cows.
Yeah, and put the
shoes on, put the shoes on the cow.
Andy had that figured out.
Yeah,
so somewhere there's some set of prints not here. But the other channel I watch a lot is Antiques Road Trip.
Yeah.
And,
that's a good show.
It's the English one where they go around these places and buy stuff, and then they take it to auction at the end and see who makes the most profit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the profits go to children in need, and they make that, and most of them lose, and then only make like 20 cents or something. It's like, well, that really helps.
That didn't help.
No, not a lot. All right, so here's another one that might surprise you. Number 6, cooking at home. Tell me about it. You guys still cook a lot at home?
Well, yes, we do.
What about you, Jeff?
We do, but probably should do more because we eat a lot. We eat out a lot too, but we're on the go a lot. So,
right. So this is a startling factor right here.
Uh-oh.
Because I looked at it from my perspective.
Well, now, do y'all not cook a lot?
No. And
are you a proficient chef?
We have Sunday. The meal that we have as a family is Sunday breakfast.
Yeah.
And we still do Sunday breakfast as a family, and we cook it on Sundays and stuff like that. But any other time, it's, like Thursday night, you'll find us at the Mexican place playing trivia. Right? So we've got a routine, Yeah. Wednesday night, we have pizza before we go to church because, you only got a small time window to eat and stuff like that. So it seems like our week is just, tied up, and you got to, when I say cook at home, we may buy stuff. And I like those little microwavable lasagnas.
Yeah.
Whoever come up with that, Stouffer's, those things are awesome.
You a
Throw
chef.
that 3 minutes and then rip the film off and cook it another 3 minutes. You're ready to go.
Boom.
So, cooking at home. This really startled me. 60% of Americans cook at home more than 5 days a week. Man. So it is still a high number.
That is a high number.
I
would have thought that.
Yeah, so most Americans still eat at home, and by going to the restaurant and looking at the lines and the people that's in there, you wouldn't know it. So that really startled me.
Well, the grocery stores are still open.
Yeah.
So people are still buying groceries.
So here's something that's different. COVID cut out a lot of things, but COVID brought back eating at home. And cooking at home.
Yeah.
So if you think about this, and there's I hope I read, 53% of Americans got inspired to try a recipe they saw on social media. So have you ever been watching?
I still do that.
Yeah, YouTube or TikTok and see somebody make something I can do.
Man, that looks good.
Have you ever just had a craving and had to go do something?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this.
They'll throw one on you. You get to see a picture of it.
So I lived in southern Mississippi, and I lived in this little apartment, and I was watching TV one night, and this commercial for milk came on. And and this kid was sitting there eating this piece of chocolate cake, and man, I don't know what it was. Went straight to the store.
You got the munchies.
I baked the cake like 8 o'clock at night.
When it throws a craving on you, you got to do it.
The bad part about it is that and people who make cakes will understand this. If you don't let that cake cool down, your icing runs all over the place, and so then you get this very thin coat of icing. So anyway, I'm inspired by things I see on YouTube. In fact, I have got a video of how to make cornbread and how to make pancakes. I have not put it online yet, but I've got a video
of you doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So
Biscuit man, going to
I'm telling you.
cornbread, man.
you know how much I love biscuits, but I can't get consistent. I don't know why I can't get consistent at biscuits.
Well, now, the weather
Sometimes
affects
you can
biscuits
throw them
and
through the
stuff.
front door, and sometimes they're great. So
Biscuits are tricky to make.
yeah,
Really.
yeah, they are.
Some people got the touch and they know exactly what to do.
You're right.
But you're right. I've tried to make biscuits before thinking I knew what I was doing, and they come out like, well, this is not good.
Well, and a lot of people say, well, it's technique. You got to go straight down with the cutter. You don't twist the cutter. You go straight down with it, or you don't need it, or you don't work. Yeah, the more you work your dough, the tougher the biscuits are. Yeah, I get all that, but I try to be consistent in the process, and then it's just what happened this time. So.
I just whopped the can on the side of the counter.
Well, that's what we do mostly. Sunday morning is flaky because Amy loves
You like the
canned
flaky
biscuits.
ones?
Yeah, she
Oh.
likes canned flaky biscuits.
You do chocolate gravy?
Oh, I do regular
White gravy?
I do heart attack gravy is what I call it. So if we're having bacon or sausage, we usually only have one meat. We don't have both, but if we have bacon, I'll make.
Never spam?
No.
Well, I mean,
that's-
I guess bad or something.
No, the deal about it is I'd be the only one eating it.
Oh, you have non-believers.
I got a
at your
picky
house.
family.
Oh, well, all right. Then.
All right.
But they got different flavored spam. They got pepper spam, bacon spam, jalapeno spam. You'd like that.
So let me tell you a statistic here that you guys are going to flip out when you hear it on this on Cooking at
So you
Home.
don't want to talk about spam, huh?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about spam because I like spam and I like it
don't
fried.
like spam.
Do what?
I remember the old Monty Python routine. I don't like spam.
I don't like. No, I don't know that.
Oh my gosh.
89% of millennials cook at home. Now, who
89.
would have thought that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. I figured they'd been the ones at the restaurant.
No, 89% of millennials cook at home, and they like cooking for friends. So that's what my problem is, Jeff. I don't have enough millennial friends.
That is a problem.
They'd invite you over and cook for you, wouldn't they?
Golly.
The problem with my cooking is it never turns out like I'm dreaming it's going to.
Yeah, or like the cooking
I'm
shows.
same way.
You know?
You know, I think I've got this vision about how it's going to be, and I start I've got one of those nice outdoor griddles now.
Yeah.
And I watch YouTube guys doing it, and they make it look so easy and so great.
Oh, my
And
God.
when I do it, it's like, holy cow, I'm sweating.
Yeah, that's what you got. You got to let your sweat drip down in it a little bit.
This is just a disaster.
My problem is I want it to be good for everybody else that's eating with me. I could care less. But
Well, I do too. I want them to brag on how great it is.
Yeah.
It was like,
You need your own cooking show.
So you know what the most cooked food at home is?
Most cooked food, eggs?
No,
Oh,
hamburgers.
hamburgers. I was going to say hamburgers.
oh, really?
Yep, 84%.
I was
of them
actually
are-
going to say hamburgers.
That was
'Cause
it?
that's what I was.
Well, yeah,
I will cook a hamburger.
Yeah.
Hamburger steak or hamburger.
So do you guys
Quick and
use the
easy.
grill? I mean, we grill out.
Yeah.
I mean, when we cook at home, we typically have hamburgers. We grill.
I
Hamburgers,
like
hot
the
dogs, we
griddle.
grill out.
I like to cook the burgers on the griddle.
Yeah, on the griddle.
Yes.
Like on the electric griddle.
No,
No,
well, it's an
uh,
outdoor griddle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Blackstone,
Yeah.
griddle.
See, I'd like to have that. Do you smash them? Do you do smash
Oh,
burgers?
yeah.
Okay.
Shoot,
See, we don't do that. If you smash ours, it falls to the grate.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, you need a little work on that.
Get you a cast iron griddle and lay on the griddle.
Hey,
Lay
yeah,
on the
you could do
grill.
that.
Get you a cast iron griddle and
I
lay it
hadn't
on
thought
the,
about that.
Pioneer Woman makes that. You just set it on there.
Hey,
and
and I love the Pioneer Woman. She makes stuff I'll eat all day long.
oh, man, yeah.
Man.
We watch
In fact,
that.
that's one of the trips I want to go to. I want to go out to the Mercantile and then go out to the ranch.
I know somebody to go with you.
I like to watch that Guy Viedi show, the cooker.
Oh, yeah.
He goes to the
all the
diners,
different.
diners
Oh, yeah.
and dives and drive-ins, all those.
Yeah.
That
And he's been in quite a few places close to here.
My
yeah.
problem is I watch that and I sit at home and I starve to death.
yeah, I know.
Won't
Start
you-
wanting
won't-
everything.
You don't get it more maybe lasagna?
Do what?
You don't get it more maybe some lasagna?
That's my problem. Is that then the next episode comes on.
I got a
Makes
question.
you hungry again.
I got a question. What was this show supposed to be about? I forgot.
we're counting down things that are going out of
I
style.
forgot.
And
Okay.
it surprised me because I put cooking on my list, and cooking turned out not to be going out of style.
It's not on the
And you know
okay.
why? Because it's cheaper. Believe it or not, with grocery prices the way it is, it's still cheaper to go to the grocery
You know
store and
that's
buy
right.
groceries.
It
and
doesn't
cook at home.
seem like
I mean-
it to me.
Right, I'm
Really?
telling you, you cannot go into the grocery store. If you went to the grocery store and you bought $20 worth of groceries and you got something with some substance, you need to call in and give us some hints.
Yeah, there's no way.
No.
What do you mean? Buy you some, go old school like your parents was beans and potatoes.
Well,
Well,
now,
you
those
can
are
do that.
always good. I
Yeah,
don't care.
I mean, and, you know, my mom used to cook them. You know, you cooked them, and they lasted all. Well, not the potatoes, but the beans. They would last all week, and you just cooked up some more
And
potatoes.
you have bean soup at the end of the
Oh,
week
yeah.
and sop it up with some
There was
cornbread.
always
cornbread.
It seemed like there was in my grandmother's. We always hubbed in and out of my grandmother's
Yeah.
and my aunt's house. Everybody
too.
came in and left. Came in and left.
Yeah.
And my grandmother would never left the kitchen. I don't think.
Yeah, my grandmother the same way. She died in her late 90s.
Yeah.
And she cooked, and she expected you to come by and eat lunch with her. And you might not have much. You might have fried bologna or something, but she always had something sweet,
Yeah.
And
like Jell-O or something.
Many times you would go there, and the pressure cooker would be sizzling over there. You know, know,
the
I
pressure
was always
cooker a little
scared of
scary.
that pressure pot will be.
So, yeah, so my grandma, y'all going get in the yard. We got the pressure cooker going in here. I'd like you said, it'd be over here jingling that little thing on top of it. It's like, oh my goodness.
I wonder how many people use those anymore.
My wife and mother-in-law still use it.
Well, I got several other things on the list. We may have to pick this conversation up.
Yeah, there's going to be more of
I'm
it.
yeah,
sorry.
'cause there's-
I
'cause
got
I need
you
to
off
do-
on spam and stuff.
Pick
No,
another
that's
one.
okay.
Pick another one. We got time for
So
at least one more.
let me tell you things that didn't make the list that we got to. And you just mentioned it. Company coming over is a thing that's going out of style. Not all these things, but company coming over and when I was growing up, my family was our company. All of our cousins used to come out and visit and sit around and smoke and play cards, or the adults would.
What was you smoking?
So, me.
Well, now my wife's family, they still do that every Sunday.
And you know what?
They get
I
together.
could have told you that, and I was going to say I bet Kevin's family does that. You know why? Because Kevin will come to work, and the counter will be full of yummies back
I
there.
bring leftovers.
He
Oh my gosh, what time of day is that now?
That's usually Monday morning.
Monday morning. I'll see you Monday morning.
yeah.
Well, now you come by today. I got some boiled shrimp left over and some cheese grits, and we'll warm you up some cheese grits and shrimp.
His mother-in-law
gosh.
is like the cook of the century.
Yeah.
the chef
Oh,
of the
yeah.
century.
I mean, look at it. I mean, you eat around that bunch, you're going to gain some weight.
You know, I get out of here early on Mondays. So
Oh, do you?
I'll swing by.
Yeah,
come
dude,
on.
come on by. Hey, you got to go to the parts department. He
Parts
puts it back there at
department.
the parts department, and it's sort of a.
I would pretend that I'm there for other purposes.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just pretend like you bring in a clipboard and pretend like you're inspecting the
I'm
place.
inspecting the place.
Oh man, I got a story to go along with that too, but I won't tell it this time.
Well,
Oh me, so some of the things that we're going to bring up at a later time is our willingness to work. Is
yeah.
look at some of the things that they're asking for in this strike. They're asking for a 32-hour work week for 40 hours pay, and
Man, what, a 40% increase in
40%
pay?
increase in pay and stuff.
I think I'm going to go back and hit my boss up for that.
It won't do any good. I know him. So,
He's too busy buying lasagna. He ain't got time to get no 40% raise.
so another thing that's going by the wayside, and we have, because we have our son is 12 years old, but letting your kids out of your sight to go out and play for an extended period of time.
Oh, yeah?
So my we live on the north side of Crowder Field up there. I guess the Crowder Edition or whatever it is. And then my son has a friend that lives on 2nd Street. So he could ride his bicycle down 5th Avenue to go to his friend's house. It's a straight shot from there to 2nd Street. But it's nerve-wracking to let your kids out of the house. And, my mom was like, get out of the house, And,
You come back in when the street light's coming on.
and that's how I learned how to work on bikes, because our bikes broke down all the time. And so we had to
Well,
learn how to fix them
that
things.
was your mode of transportation everywhere.
You ever had to push your bike home because it broke down?
Man, I'm telling you, I had to push a dirt bike home on the back of the neighborhood one time because it ran out of gas.
Did you ever get your pants leg caught in your bike chain?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. So that happens all the time. But the other thing so we'll pick this conversation up. But here's one I wanted to bring up because
It's a church one.
Yeah, it hurts my feelings because church attendance and just Christianity in America is on its way down.
Right.
And
The church attendance thing. Now I got to thinking about that. The COVID changed a lot of that.
It did.
And like my wife, mother-in-law, they watch it online now instead of going.
Right.
I know it's not the same thing, but they got used to doing that during COVID.
Right.
And so that's how they go to church now.
right,
'Cause they still broadcast it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And our church does that too.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, we have live broadcast of church, and then you can go back and watch it on YouTube, sort of like this show right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You
Right.
can do the same thing, but it's. I would say
Yeah.
no. It goes for only 37% of U.S. adults say they attend church weekly or more. Once or twice a month is 15%. A few times a year is 19%. Seldom is 17%, and never is 17%. And 17% never go to church.
How about that?
And so, we talk about funding mission fields and stuff. Hey, listen, if Jesus were standing here today, he would look out on our community and say the fields are white to harvest.
Yeah.
And we got a great mission field just right outside our door.
We do.
And so, we talk about church attendance, but Christianity is the same way. Christianity is down. And it hurt my feelings when our president stood up and said, our nation is not a Christian nation. And, I think, yes, it is. But you know what? It's declining.
You got to think of the source, though. I mean,
I agree with that.
mean,
I agree with that.
Yep.
So, it's been a good day. And thanks for having us. And
Man, it's been a great day. And it is a great day.
It is.
Let's
Oh,
go out
man.
and make it. Let's go out and make it the best we can. today.
Absolutely.
All right? Keith Durham and the Keith Durham Hour brought to you by Heritage Automotive. We didn't even mention.
That's
Heritage.
right. We keep forgetting about
Heritage.
Heritage. The reason we're here and the one that pays the bills.
That's right. Heritage Automotive bringing you the Keith Durham Hour. And, of course, we enjoy you guys every Thursday.
Yeah.
And, of course, you can check it out on YouTube, Facebook, all that kind of stuff, too. Of course, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
If not before. God bless, guys.
All right. Have a good evening.
see ya.
Partners received over $24 million from foreign sources over 5 years. Business deals have intersected with Biden's official duties, and President Biden was not truthful about his ties to family business deals.
That's Fox.